that game between Sisun and SRG that really stood out as a team that you know what they're capable of, and they know what they're capable of against a team that are still trying to discover their footing.
Now, we do have got this game, and this is what we call. Okay, well, from what Merkel said, we can no longer say that last two words because of I don't know, but we call that the new era classic derby, right? The both of these two teams are the classics, and in fact, let's talk a little bit about EVOS Holy. You did mention a little bit of kind of roster change, a bit of who they are. So tell me more about it.
Hey, EVOS Holy, here they are. It's going to be Reggie, Albert, Depezet, Key, and Erlan. And yeah, I think for you guys looking at the names, some of them are familiar, some of them aren't. If you take a look at Reggie, his name is different, but it's the same guy. It's Fluffy from EVOS Holy, before in Aura as well. Erlan was the previous goal laner of EVOS Icon, Doma. He just changed up his name to Erlan. And obviously, for Key, Albert, you guys know him. Depezet is a newcomer for EVOS Holy. He played in the EVOS Glory lineup just previous season, MPL Indonesia Season 14. He subbed in for a bit for Klokken, and then he got subbed off again. It was on and off, but finally they were able to build this best EVOS team, I would say. This should be the MPL EVOS that we get to see later in Season 15.
Oh, so they're probably going to be the EVOS Glory?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, all right.
Maybe it'll be a Glory, EVOS Glory Holy.
Glory Holy.
Yeah.
Holy moly, glory, holy.
You know what this
It's a mouthful.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. You know what I like about this EVOS Holy lineup is that not a lot of people expected them to even get this far. When you looked at the rosters for the challenge season, you're probably thinking he's gonna take them some time to figure things out. But then, surprisingly enough, they figured things out within the challenge season itself. Yeah. So that screams potential if they can continue to translate that against a team that I think should be more solid because of the time that they've had and the experience that they've had in RRQ Hoshi. The fact that they got to play in the M6 World Championship. If EVOS Holy can even take a game away from them here, that in itself is already a massive statement.
So who exactly should we be really looking out for within EVOS Holy?
I think we have to take a look at the baby alien, man. Albert, the man of the hour. Yeah. RRQ Hoshi. He was the ex-jungler of RRQ Hoshi. He was the man in that RRQ Hoshi lineup. I remember the Lings, the Hayabusas, the Assassins. Moved to Onyx. You could definitely see here in EVOS Holy that his gameplay has matured, right? Even though he didn't get a lot of game time in that Onyx lineup, he has learned so much from every he can play the utility really well, popping off on the Fredrin a couple of times, but he still has the killer instinct of the RRQ Hoshi baby alien.
Yeah, and I think you can really see that when he plays the Suyo. 100% win rate there. And what I love about his Suyo playstyle is that you can really see the gears turning in his head of when he should go in, when he should full commit, and when he should just maybe let this one go and then go somewhere else.
Now, of course, speaking about EVOS Holy, we gotta have to talk about their opponents for this upcoming match, and that is gonna be RRQ Hoshi. Now, Renma, what do you have on it?
Well, I'm sure a lot of people are looking for Skylar, but it's going to be Toy here. And it was with this lineup that they qualified for the Challenge Finals. They were the first team to qualify out of the Challenge season. And all I'm going to say is something that I've told Mirko and the other Indonesians who were also there during the M6 World Championship is that I really like how iDog, Rins, and Susujin played together. Not to take away anything from, of course, people are looking into Widdy, Hezkiel, and Fabian. But there's something about these three that I just feel like they could be the future of the row mid trio in Indonesia.
I have to agree with that assessment, man, especially Edok. I think this guy is of tremendous potential. This guy has always been a monster in the rookie scene, the amateur scene. Everywhere he goes, he's renowned for that Franco pick of his. I spoke to a lot of like third tier players in Indonesia, and all of them were just like, dude, if this guy picks up Franco in the grand finals, TL are cooked. And we did see that. We get to see like even his signature picks being brought up, and the confidence this guy together with Rins has. They were part of the MDL best record of all time in Indonesia championship run.
All time?
All time. With Bosco. Got picked up by RRQ Senna. Almost went back-to-back. Got to the grand finals. Unfortunately got reverse swept. But they learned through the mistakes, through the failures, and through not making it to MPL. And they brought that experience here with Sutsujin. I think it's a similar road. Only he has gone through different teams and different regions.
Damn. Now, of course, when it comes down to RRQ Hoshi, they have been a long-running name all this time, and in fact, so many of them are veterans. We have seen them going pretty much crazy throughout many of these tournaments. So, exactly what changes the game here, like for RRQ Hoshi? Are we looking for massive amount of improvements coming in from the team or very specific player, for example?
Well, I think for RRQ Hoshi, they've gone through that phase of who are we again. It's like they had to rediscover themselves, different iterations of the lineup. And then with this one finally coming back into the international scene, the world stage, with the core four that we've discussed earlier, of course, with Toy playing instead of Skylar. It's 100% a new generation for RRQ Hoshi that I'm sure we have not seen the ceiling yet.
Yeah.
So now it always comes down to the question, right? Between the two players, right? We definitely gonna have to put some spotlight on them, with Sutsujin being one of them. Between these two players, what do you have guys gotta say? Who's the better one? Who's the main guy?
Well, firstly, I've just gotta say, this is it almost feels like we're in a weird universe, a different universe.
Weird universe.
An ex-EVOS jungler is now the RRQ Hoshi jungler. The man for RRQ Hoshi is now an EVOS jungler. They have swapped sides completely. This was the matchup. This was the rivalry that we had. Sutsujin Albert only now in the opposite teams. It's so cool, firstly, to talk about that, having Sutsujin now in RRQ. But I think Sutsujin is way more disciplined. I would say he's definitely like...
Really?
I would say he thinks he's more logical.
He thinks
he's more logical. He has...
Oh, he is more, okay. I thought you just assumed.
Yeah. He's logical, but for Albert, he's more instinctual.
So usually we don't say that a lot about when we're comparing like a veteran in Albert and Sutsujin who's like relatively newer. Usually it's the other way around.
Okay.
But then
on FCAP now into Team Falcons, whether or not they're going to be able to kind of adapt to what the meta demands off of them.
I know, Leo, you had some kind of outlook on Onyx Indonesia coming into this game. I know, Leo, you had some,
Yang kalau lawan Wanon nggak mungkin sebenarnya untuk Erlan ketika berjumpa dengan TLID itu dia cuma terpick off sekali atau nggak pernah ke pick off gitu loh. Jadi menjadi salah satu goal yang harus diwaspadai di sepanjang pagelaran dari Challenge Finals kita yang sekarang. Dan kembali, apakah Erlan masih menjaga kondisi semasa dia berada di bulan Januari yang kemarin ya, karena kan sudah ada libur ya kan, yang cukup panjang juga, istirahat. Nah sekarang nih harus fokus nih buat Erlannya. Dan masuknya Ki apakah akan memberikan dampak yang positif juga untuk EVOS Soli melihat sepanjang perjalanan dari challenge season ditemani dengan Vansrong benar-benar dari awal dan sekarang sudah langsung digantikan juga. So let's see.
Iya, gatal tuh.
Ya.
Garuk dulu ya, Erlan biar nyaman ya. Tapi kalau misalnya ini kan Erlan kan dulu Duma kan,
Dua, yep.
yang melihat potensi dia besar banget bisa sampai saat ini tuh dari dulu tuh Mirko. Mirko itu dia bilang kalau Duma ini punya potensial, cuma saya dan Mirko sempat pupus ketika Duma kemarin itu sempat underperform.
Men.
Wait a second, let me catch my
Giant တို့ဘာလို့ပွဲလုံးမယ်အဲ့ပွဲတွေညပြန်ပြပေးမယ် guys နည်းနည်းလေးကောင်းမယ်ထင်တဲ့ပွဲလေးတွေကျွန်တော်ပြန်နှုတ်ပြီးတော့ပြပေးဖို့ရှိတယ်
so it also comes at a time.
Nonton ini ke penonton